Something in the water taught me how to fall. Something in my blood.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Something in the Water podcast. I'm Sean Clark here with my buddy Uncle Dave Griffin.
And our guest this time is Mr. Dorsey Prothman, all the way from everywhere.
Lost.
Dorsey,
again.
it's good to have you,
Good to have
buddy.
you, Dorsey.
Finally. We've been
Yeah.
working on Dorsey for a while.
Yeah, got lost there a couple times. gotta be
Now-
my life.
Now, to be fair with you, now you come to see that a lot of our episodes, the guests are performers, artists, guitar musicians, dancers, or what have you. Dorsey is just a unique character that we met while performing over in Brunswick at this little dive bar called Boondocks. Used to be the Blue Bar, very notorious little place. And I was scared of him.
Come on now.
That was for about the first. I don't know. Shoot, we started going in there probably 2.5, 3 years ago. Just stopping off there after one of my gigs. You know, he's in there, and we got just taken by the place. It was just.
That's our home.
It's a family. It's a one big happy drunk family. They have pool and darts and karaoke there. And Dorsey's one of the fixtures there, and I kept seeing him. And well, you look at him and tell he's an intimidating kind of fella.
The intimidator. No, that was Earnhardt.
But he's just one big lovable old teddy bear, and the more we've got to know him, the better friends we've become. And after hearing some of his tales of his life, I said, "Oh, we got to get you on the podcast, man." So it's good to have you. Finally.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So Dorsey's life has been a mixed bag pretty much, and we're going to hit some highlights of that. So, but you started out in Brunswick, or was it?
Yeah, don't let's start off. I was a pipe fitter in Brunswick.
Yeah. You went to school, high school, and
I went a little bit
everything
to school here between here and South Carolina.
in between here. So.
Yeah, I kind of halfway time here, halfway in South Carolina. So,
Yeah.
you know, my mother was here, my father was there. So,
I
a
got you.
split family, and I just carried my life on that way, traveling, moving. I've been on the road my whole life. I mean, since I was a kid. Started riding the Greyhound bus when I was about 8, 9 years old, between Carolina and Georgia. You know, and,
With no parental guidance.
no, right by myself.
Yeah.
So you learn to take care of yourself. You learn a lot being that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's general knowledge anywhere in the world. You know.
Yeah.
You know, from
Was
Cuba to-
you as big as you are now back then?
No, when I joined the Army, I was the smallest man in my company. I was 5'5". I started growing when I was 19 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I was a little tiny fella. I was small. But
How much did you weigh?
Now I'm close to 3, way too big.
How much did you weigh back then?
I think I was 19 pounds, so I can't remember. I mean, it was I was a little skinny fella. I was small.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I came back home a few years later, and I was sitting at the bar with my brother, and a guy that I went to school with was sitting next to me, and he asked my brother, he said, "When's Dorsey coming home?" He said, he's sitting right next to you. He said, "There ain't no damn way that's Dorsey." He's a little fella. I grew up. Right? And all that stuff on the shingle they feed you for breakfast in the Army.
Yeah.
I read what it was.
Well, this is a regular podcast, so we can't cuss, but it was shit on the shingle, right?
Yeah. So I told him back.
Sorry about that.
I mean, trying to speak where you can understand me. I'm speaking cuz.
That's all right. We was talking about this. Dorsey does have a unique language, and I think it makes me, now that I've come to start understanding what he's saying, I'm starting to worry about myself.
Yeah, like my brother tell me, he asked people, "Do you speak cuz?" You know, because it's our language, you know.
Yeah, cuz.
It's called cuz,
Yeah.
C-U-Z.
That's it.
And Lynn, my wife Lynn, has often described that as it's kind of like a different kind of pig Latin. I mean, in a sense, it's like the Cajun dialect. If you get a lot of foreigners, outsiders among you, you can talk in your regular dialect, and they're going to be scratching their heads, wondering what just been said. But you understand it.
I mean, it's like when fishing in a group of boats, like in the Virgin Islands. I can speak to my buddies on the radio, and they don't want to understand me. And everybody else is like, "What the hell did he say?" It's just, my daddy sent me to a speech therapist in the 2nd grade. She shook her head. She said, "Ain't no help for that boy." And it's been that way ever since. That's true.
Well, so folks, don't even bother to turn to closed caption on that. This is beyond closed caption. They won't be able to keep up with this. And y'all do the best you can. We'll translate if it comes down to it.
Personal translators.
You mentioned that you was your first real push outside of the nest would have been when you volunteered for the military. Was that your first?
I was already living on the road before then.
You was?
Oh yeah, I was.
So let's take it back after high school.
Well, I quit my senior year and joined the Army, but I was working in the summertime. Me and a buddy of mine living in a '68 Impala, and I was digging ditches for a plumbing company, building hotels on I-95.
Okay.
And then I joined the Army not long after that.
I got you.
I'd already left home. Yeah, no.
Do you how many years did you serve?
Just 2 years.
2 years.
I was there in the Army, yeah. And,
do you feel like
they was letting people out early after Vietnam because they're overcrowded. Well, they were letting so many prisoners and everything in there during that time. Either you go to jail or you go to Vietnam. And they had a lot of them like that. And it was a messed up military. That's probably the worst shape our military's ever been in.
Did you have to go?
No, I'm too young. I caught the end of it. Mm-hmm. But I joined to go, though. Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. Yes. That was my intention.
All right.
Was go help.
They wouldn't know what was coming at them.
Yeah, I'm a wind talker. And I was my MOS was 05 Fox. I was crypto. We did messages and sent messages in there. Code, radio, code, yeah. That's before computers and everything. So we had a certain code that would set up messages, and the receiver had to have the same setup we did in order to receive the messages. And I had a level 5 secret clearance, which is the highest you can get in the military back then. I mean, I was smart when I was young. I don't know what ever happened. I don't know. I was pretty damn intelligent back then, but damn.
Oh, come on now. You're still smart. Look at where you're at. After all these years, you're on Something in the Water podcast.
That's right. I've always dreamed of this shit,
So
I was kind of child. I was wondering what it's going to be like here, but it's a good challenge.
It's a laid back little thing. Yeah. Very small room, y'all. I noticed a lot of the guests that do come on here and see the room for the first time are startled by the how small it is. It's not very big. I mean, I'm touching that other wall right now with my foot.
I only know of one other studio besides this one. That was Jimmy Buffett's in Key West on the dock there.
Really?
It's like a little ice house right on the dock. That was it.
Recording studio?
Yeah, right.
How the hell did you get there?
Because it's right on the dock. Everybody walks by it. You know what it is? Your boat. I mean, I lived there
laid back.
Yeah, that's where the recording studio was. Yes.
All right. Before we get into the nautical stuff, let's stay in the military just a second longer. You had the highest clearance for security clearance in the military. What rank were you at that?
I wasn't very good. I was a bunch of rebel. I was E1.
E1. All right.
I made it E3. They bumped me back to E1. I fought a lot.
You had more security clearance than the officers.
The officer couldn't even come in my rig. Nobody could enter my rig because they didn't have the clearance.
Yeah.
Even the captain, nobody couldn't because they didn't have the clearance. It's which now Fort Gordon is now they big time computer. They read what makes around the world now. I seen a fellow in Augusta a couple weeks ago when I was at VA hospital. I talked to him, and he said it's out of control what they have out there now. They intercept everything.
cyber.
We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have computers. We had nothing back then, you know. We had teletype and TDs and stuff like that, you know. But I had 4 receivers, and one was always on a rock and roll station. The other 3 was around the world, you know. Oh yeah.
What were you keeping up with? Was it just like Cold War stuff?
It's like we was attached to 82nd, so we spent a lot of time in 82nd Airborne Division. So we spent a lot of time in the field training for and with other companies and everything.
Okay.
To set up communications in case we did go back to war. Yeah. So we did a lot of field time.
So was there any wars going on?
No, there was nothing
at that time.
No, I was a soldier wanting to fight without a war. Yeah, I begged them to send me somewhere.
Unlike nowadays, now there's just all kinds of trouble brewing.
It's a mess now. You know.
Damn.
And you know, back then we didn't have respect for. They didn't want to have respect for the military after Vietnam. It was a bad time for patriotism. You know, so people were protesting against this and everything. And if you were a veteran or in the army, they hated you back then. It was terrible.
Yeah, I remember those days. I remember those days. I never. The hippie movement didn't get down here till it was already over. South Georgia, you didn't have a chance to get out there and demonstrations and such as that. You know, it was already done with by the time it worked itself.
But now they're trying to retro. They're trying to Vietnam, trying to give them respect and everything for the Vietnam veterans now, with memorials and everything.
Well, it's always good. You know, it's always good.
Yeah.
It don't matter how long it takes if that recognition is received. It's
just like at the end of World War II. I mean, at WW2, look how much celebrating they did and everything.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Vietnam was a failed war.
It was.
And,
it was a conflict. It wasn't a war.
No, right.
It was a conflict. And, you know, you couldn't shoot unless they shoot at you. You know, it was kind of messed up.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You had to engage. You had
you were there. You were there to prevent and to try to stop between the North and the South. But you didn't have full. Oh, let's go kill them. You know, like it should be. You know,
I didn't stop them. LBJ and Nixon from bombing the hell out of them, though.
They bombed the hell out of them, that's sure. No.
I guess that was a preventative measure, like go and get your oil changed.
Yeah. But life's all different now. You know?
It is. It's
learn as you go.
And always hindsight is 20/20. You know, a lot of people my age had gut feelings about that war. Like, wait a minute, something ain't right here.
Yeah. No, that's how. A lot of people went to Canada. A lot of people. Yeah. But I joined voluntarily. You know. Yeah. But I said, you know, watch 6 o'clock news. All the people getting killed. I thought, you know, that maybe I can help. You know. My crazy self, but you know.
What branch did you?
Army.
Yeah. My daddy was 20-year Air Force, and that was enough service for me.
Oh yeah.
Just growing up under his, being moved around and everything, and of course the fact that there was a war going on where people were dying and everything. In my mind, I was at the age where I could at least deduce. Make my own deductions, and I was thinking, there ain't no winners in this thing. This is kind of this is a strange one right here. But the patriotism fervor was not there for this war because all these generation what they call them, baby boomers. Yeah. Were coming of age, you know, and they were seeing their older brothers and stuff coming home in caskets and stuff from having gone over there a couple of years earlier than them, and the draft was still in effect when I turned 18. I had to go down to the old post office in Waycross.
Get your number,
which was right across from the Ware Hotel. Is that the big one downtown, Ware Hotel?
Yeah.
Where Graham used to rock in the rocking chairs out front. And is that white marble building with the steps walking up. That was the old post office.
Is that the Bun building?
It's the local couple put their last name on it, and I can't remember their last name now. But
okay.
Anyhow, it's turned into kind of like a historical type place. You know, they've got some memorabilia and stuff in there from probably Ware County and Waycross's days. But yeah, I used to go in there, and they have these stamp windows right there as you go in the front door, and they had little bars, little bars on them, you know, like the old-fashioned banks and stuff.
The old post office.
That was the post office then. And I remember going in there and saying, where do I go to sign up? Yeah. And my number was drawn, and I think it was like 100 and low, 100 and something right there over 100. And I'm thinking, 365 days in the years, I'm 1/3 of the way there already. When they start pulling numbers, they start with 1, you know. And lo and behold, Nixon abolished the draft by 72.
Yeah.
One less thing to worry about. Of course, we salute all the brave women and men who are in the military or who have served in the military. And freedom is not cheap.
No. You know, which I was somewhat of a rebel when I was there. I was somewhat of a rebel. I've always been kind of ran my mouth and talk back, and you know, when I want to say something, I'm going to say it. And the military don't want you to say things like that to them. Matter of fact, the captain used to come by, see his finger in my hat, pull my hair down. He said, I thought I asked you to get a haircut last week, Prothman. I said, yes, it did, but it slipped my mind. You know, and so I stayed in trouble a lot. That's why. Right. But that's all good. I tried, you know, but it wasn't a war for me to go to, so.
Yeah.
That
was great. I mean, you had I guess you'd call it a cush job.
Yeah. No, that's but you know,
he wanted to fight.
Yeah. He joined to go fight.
That's true, but he ended up with a damn nice job.
Yeah. But if you're intelligent, you're going to join the military. You're going to do something that's going to help you when you get out of the military. Yeah. What are you going to do? Decode messages in the real world, aren't they? James Bond, maybe?
Maybe.
It was all good. It's all part of life. Learn as you go. And,
have you been able to apply that that codifying and stuff to women?
Yeah.
Well, can you figure out what they saying?
Well, I'll tell you what. Watch your mouth now. Don't get me in trouble here.
All right. So you after 2 years in the military, then where did you bounce back to? Brunswick?
No, I went to tech school and learned welding and pipe welding and metallurgy, and that's when I started pipe fitting after that and welding after that. Okay. And started traveling with construction companies around. Like my first big job when I got out of the Army was school was in Kingsport, Tennessee. We built the first plant in the world where they took synthetic coal and made a synthetic fuel out of it, and that was my first big job. All right. And so, I love pipe fitting's a good trade, and I like big jobs, you know, like that. Walk on a job. Matter of fact, I lied to get on the job. I was in a bar on a Friday night in Aiken, South Carolina, Hong Kong, and this guy said, "Damn, I'm supposed to go to work Monday in Kingsport, Tennessee." He said, "It's going to be big hiring." I said, "Damn, I like going on that job." He said, "Well, just go up there when they call my name, raise your hand." And that's what I did. I raised my hand, got to the gate, it's him, and then I filled the paperwork out with my name. It was like 300 man hiring. So when they called his name, I raised my hand, went through the gate. I had a job for 3 years after that. So,
all right,
must have done a good job. So I lied to get on the job. I lied, impersonated somebody.
Yeah,
you know.
That's everybody's got to lie a little bit
like my
to get ahead.
My daddy told you, fake it till you make it, you know. He says you can't dazzle with diamonds, you baffle with bullshit. So. That's my motto.
Hell yeah.
So let's see. Pipe fitting.
Yeah.
Now, when you told me, we've had many conversations. Some of them I can't remember, but you managed the bar or owned the bar?
No, I managed the bar in Carolina. The Little Mug
Was that where you heard about this hiring? Is that where you were?
I'd already done that and come back. Yeah, I'd already been working construction jobs around the United States. But a friend of mine owned it in Aiken, South Carolina, was Graniteville. And he called, that's for cell phones or anything, but he told my best friend, Tony, he said, if you ever talk to Dorsey again, please tell him I need to talk to him. He asked me, he said, man, I'm burned out. Will you please come take this bar? It was a full-fledged honky tonk. I mean, we sell 1,000 beers on Friday night. I had a cable in one leg, a blackjack in another, a gun in another pocket, and a shotgun beside the register. And I had to use a few of them a few times. But I did that for 2 years.
The Little Mug?
Yeah.
Is that before or after this Tennessee job?
That was after.
Afterwards, okay.
Yeah,
I was getting ahead of myself.
I was working a job in Norfolk, Virginia at the naval station when they called me to take over the bar. And so I was working a pipe fitting job over there in Norfolk. And a good friend of mine owned it, and he built it. But him and his wife was burned out. It was like, running a bar like that, it's the trouble. You're always on guard, It's full of them Friday night and a bunch of drunk rednecks, knives in their pockets, It's a real life, and you better be ready. You better come to work ready. And be
How long did you do that?
2 years.
Yeah.
And every time my daddy walked through the front door, he said, "Has your luck run out yet, boy?"
Your daddy was up there?
Yeah, my daddy. I said, "Not yet, Dad." He said, "Sooner or later, boy."
Sooner or later.
Every time he walked in the door, that's the first thing he asked me. Your luck run out yet, boy?
Your daddy was such a positive man.
Well, he ran the VFW out the road.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I run about 2 miles from him, so, it's like one night, I had a problem with this one guy, Dick's Vietnam vet, but he always wanted to fight. So I borrowed him. After I borrowed him, he just called me on Friday night when I got busy and say, "I'm fixing to come through the front door with a shotgun and blow you away, boy. I'm going to kill your ass."
The fact that he called him to warn him. That's what's funny.
About the third week he's doing that shit. I said, come through that front door. So I notified the police he's going to threaten all that shit. He said, "We can't do nothing." They said, "No, I want you to know when I kill his ass, he threatened me." So one night,
we can't do nothing until they kill you?
Yeah. So it was a Saturday night, and my daddy's VFW private bar, they was 7 to 2 o'clock. I had to close at 12 on Saturday night. One night, my daddy called me and said, "Your friend's up here. Please don't come up here." I said, "Daddy, I can't wait to get there." I said, "I'm tired of that so much calling me." I beat the headlight of his car out with his damn head. My daddy said, "I won't never make you mad, boy." Matter of fact, he never called me again.
He didn't call you anymore.
Old Bucky was his name, I remember.
Bucky?
Yeah.
Was you did you have any siblings?
Yeah. So I have some. Yeah. I had a few of them. Yeah.
Brother?
Yeah, some brothers. Ain't none of them crazy like me though. Yeah. All of them kind of stayed home, and I traveled my whole life.
All right. So it seems to me like we're seeing a pattern here. 2 years in service.
2 years at the bar.
Something at the I don't know how long you stayed up with the pipe fitting. Everything.
Well, see, with pipe fitting, it's like a job where you train, you move from place to place. It's like you build something and you go somewhere and build something. Matter of fact, we're going to the part of yachting and boating. I was building water maker systems for hotels in the Virgin Islands.
All right, let's back up now. I want to hear the story of how that all began. So you were, I guess, when you left the Little Mug, what happened then?
I went back
to pipe fitting.
Yeah, I went back to pipe fitting.
And at some point, you went to Texas.
No, that was at the end of that was just a few years back when I was running a yacht out of Galveston. I worked on a boat in Galveston. That was just like 4 years ago.
Tell us where the first influence of boats came into your view.
I was working building a soybean plant in Hardyville, South Carolina, and the boss man said, "Look here, I got a job in the Virgin Islands. Would you like to go down there?" I told him, "Give me enough time to put my tennis shoes on, I'll be right with you." And that was it. So we was off to the Virgin Islands. And we got off work every day. We'd have to ride the ferry because we were working on St. John back to St. Thomas. And every day we'd see these boys on these fishing boats. Been out fishing all them down these yachts. So I just walked by and asked him, "Man, what the hell y'all doing?" He said, "This is our living. We fish for a living." I said, "No shit." So I met my wife, Jan. She worked on one of them. She was one of the top female marlin mates in the world.
Nice boats.
They'll be nice rigs. 60 foot, 65 foot. And so I met her, we started dating, and I started fishing with her on the weekend for free until I learned how to do it. And next thing you know, I called my days. I said, Daddy, I'm quitting my job. I'm going fishing. He said, boy, you're supposed to do that shit on the weekend. You're going to jail.
So supportive.
he thought I was doing something else running down there instead of fishing. That's exactly what he told me. You're supposed to do that shit on the weekend, boy. You're going to jail.
You're going to jail. Until
he see me in magazines, he still thought that. Until he see me in the magazine, he said, damn, you are fishing. I said, no joke, Daddy.
What kind of fish was that?
Marlin fishing, blue marlin fishing. St. Thomas is supposed to be the blue marlin capital of the world. It's one of the last feeding spots before they go across the ocean to Africa. There's a big wall there you fish off of in North Drop.
Where is your customer for marlins?
Well, like we were doing charter fishing then. We were doing hotel trips.
Oh.
People in hotels.
Okay.
We was doing charter fishing.
You was getting all that charter.
We were doing charter. But then I went private after that. My first private job was for Don Tyson's Pride. As the chicken man. Yeah, I worked for him on his job until... and then I got hired by Egg Harbor to be their corporate captain.
Who?
The Egg Harbor Yachts.
Okay.
They're a company out of New Jersey. And so me and my wife, we were doing, she had the license. I didn't license them, but she had a license.
She was the one that piloted
yeah.
the damn thing?
Well, I was driving, but she used her license.
She just taught you the ropes.
Well, she knew people, and she got me in with the gig and everything.
I got you.
You know, that's one thing is your reputation and everything. And she had a good one. But she still works in out of Palm Beach. She still works on the weekend. She's a stewardess for a big Toyota dealer in Palm Beach. Yeah, and she just does a stewardess work now. Yeah. But we traveled all over the world. We traveled forever. We did boat shows, tournaments. We showed the boat in Virgin Islands. Next thing you know, we'd be in Mexico or up the East Coast, and we traveled we was always on the go.
How many years did that string out to be?
Until when they put that tax law out, everybody had to pay 15% down for luxury tax. It broke all the boat companies. They started sending me bad paychecks. As a matter of fact, I was in Mexico, Cozumel, and they didn't have no money, so I sold charters to buy enough fuel to get the boat back from Mexico. And I remember bringing the boat back. It was just me and the boss man's son. He didn't know a damn thing about a boat, and we brought it home from Mexico by ourselves. So
from Mexico to where?
The Key West is where you first stopped, but I brought it to Palm Beach. Most of your yachts is in South Florida. You know, they might travel up and down the East Coast, but most of your yachts is from Miami to Palm Beach.
Did you ever go on into the Pacific side?
Oh, yeah. I've been through the canal 13 times.
The Panama Canal?
Yeah, I've been through the canal 13 times driving boats. Fish from Colombia almost to California on the Pacific side.
Wow.
All the ports over there.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, I've fished all over the place. I've been fished Brazil, Venezuela, Cuba. I took third in the 50th annual Hemingway tournament out of Cuba. Mm-hmm. And I met Hemingway's captain. He's dead now, but Hemingway's captain, I met him. He was alive then.
Damn.
Wow.
So you met some greats and some near greats
out
there on that thing.
You know, everybody seems like when they get to buy that certain amount of money, they're going to buy a jet and a boat. You know, and that's when you know the economy gets bad, when they start selling their jets and their boats. You know the economy's going downhill.
I think we've talked about this before, but that not only Jimmy Buffett was a man of the ocean, but David Crosby was a big sailor.
He was a big sailor. Yeah.
He knew the stuff. Now he bought a big old beautiful schooner at some point in his illustrious career when he had all that money, and he'd sail from probably Los Angeles or somewhere right there.
Yeah.
He'd sail right down to Panama and cut across and scoot on up to Miami and record.
Yeah.
And just hang out. I mean,
you know, it's a beautiful thing out there, though. You gotta have your common sense and pay attention to stuff.
And that's why I wonder about David Crosby.
I know,
because I know he was just,
well, but they all hire somebody. Most of them do.
Yeah,
you have a captain.
A captain.
Yeah, you have a captain with you. most of the time, that's,
Sure. Yeah.
And most of them hire like their friend or something, a lot of them, but just like, I like that you see me and George Strait drinking beer together in Venezuela. He was buying his first boat when he was down there. He was on a sea trial with a boat.
How did that come about? Now, how did y'all just?
Well, he was parked next to me, and I didn't.
He parked next to you?
Yeah, he was. One of my friends was fishing him.
Okay.
And so, and I didn't know who the hell he was when I had his cowboy hat on. Well, somebody said, that's George Strait. I said, no shit. So we started talking, and I was explaining the rules of the road to him. We had a long conversation. I said, before you buy, I said, I just tried to explain ins and outs, a bunch of damn drunks. You watch who you hire and everything, because they'll see you blind. You got to be careful who you hire. Don't listen to the first person, And so we had to be kind of friends, associates. And every time I seen him, he invited me over to his boat for a drink or he's like in the Virgin Islands. He said, we take my kids to town, but don't let them get in trouble now. I said, okay, I'll look out for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, George Strait's babysitter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I let them pay the bill though. See, they picked up the tab.
How old were they when
they were young? They were old enough to drink.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Oh yeah, when Virgin Islands ain't much age limit there. Mm-hmm. They were college age, right? Almost college age and everything. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, good kid.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of it, even these people that you think, are stars, they're just regular folks.
And they know people, and you meet a lot of people in the yachting business, because a lot of them, you meet a lot of people, from athletes to the music people, and they just normal people when they get in that situation,
Anybody else of notoriety that you rub shoulders with?
Yeah. And it's like my brother, he collects autographs. Mm-hmm. He said, why don't you ask him for the autograph, Dorsey? I said, hell, he didn't ask me for mine. I ain't going to have to be it.
That's right.
Hey, that's it.
No, it's a good life, but it's a young man's sport. It's a good. You get your ass beat out there, and you travel as much as we did across the Caribbean and everything. You
tell some stories. Tell some stories about your escapades out on the waters. Tell some of them. Can I request some?
Yeah.
That are the highlights to me. I want to hear. I want to hear the one about Cuba when they was having the big speech out there.
Yeah. So when you're fishing out of Cuba, they give you a chart every day to tell you where you can go, where you can't go. Because they're bringing in some people from America. We're putting them back in Cuba. They don't want you to go close to there. So they mark off the little graph where you go. Well, this day, Castro was giving a speech downtown about, I don't know if you remember, Alien, the little kid they were trying to get back to Cuba.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Matter of fact, they had the ice cream stand. They had a picture of him standing behind a fence like he was in jail in America, but he wasn't. That's propaganda, Mm-hmm. But anyway, so we took out that morning. They gave me my little map and everything, and I fished right past the main harbor. And he was giving the speech at downtown, right down in the harbor of Havana. And so when he tells you to come to a speech, everybody has to go. So they had thousands of people.
You don't stay at home.
Yeah, thousands of people was downtown Dominican. So I was headed that way. I was heading east towards to the harbor. I said, "Damn, wonder how far I can get up in there." Like an idiot. So I started easing up in Havana Harbor, easing up a little further. By this time, 2 gunboats come running out there. Vamos, no posible aquí. Get the hell out of here. You ain't supposed to be up in there. I said, no comprende español, no comprende. And the old man said, I think they want you to get the hell out of here, cuz. So I turned around and left. And the old man looked at me and said, you had to try them, didn't you? I wanted to see, boss. What
they going to do?
Yeah, I swear they come running out with gunboats. 2 of them with machine guns. The boss man looked at me and said, you dumbass, you. He knew how I was. He should have seen that look. He's a billionaire. I mean, they own big company. Peru, they big Peru. And he looked at me, I had to look in his eyes like, what the hell are you doing, cuz? Hey. I don't see if they had enough balls to shoot us, balls.
That wasn't the same story where you gunned it and went through. No, that was a different place.
That's Venezuela.
Tell us that one. Same type of situation.
Same type. Because Venezuela was a beautiful place, and before they took over and turned into socialism, people talk about socialism. They want to go to these beautiful countries to see what happened when socialism comes. So anyway, I was at Los Roques. I had the boss man's daughter and her husband. He's German, she's Peruvian. And so it was getting dark, and I was coming back, and to get in the inlet, the mainland is a little tight cut. And so coming across there, I had a Navy boat and a Guanacaste, which Coast Guard, pinching off the inlet. And so they called me on the radio. So I messed it up. I let my Spanish mate talk to him and tell him, but he screwed it up. All of a sudden, they said, Necesito you vamos. They want me to go downtown. They're going to tear me apart and take the boss man's daughter and her husband downtown, too. That's the way the foreign countries are. You have to P's and Q's, They tell you to go somewhere and do it. So I took the damn radio away from him. I said, damn, boy. And I started talking to him. I said, where you want me to go? Doesn't stop. And so I was aiming towards the inlet the whole time. And they kept pinching me off. It got closer and closer. And I said, okay, I'll go. By that time, I lined up the inlet just right, and I goosed it wide open, went between them. And I told him, I'm Captain Dorsey Prothman. I'm at this marina. If you want me, come get me. And so we went there and tied up. The boss man owned a bank in 5 countries, so he had power down there. I made a phone call. It was taken care of. But I wasn't going to take them down there and let them spend half the night being harassed and tear the boat apart.
Right.
And I did it for my guests.
What would they have been doing that for? Just to falsely charge you with something?
Yeah, it's just when you're foreign, when
That's
you're like
their way of doing
Venezuela,
it.
a place like that, they try to be macho. They try to show you. They try to overrun you. They try to put you in your place.
Yeah.
And they do it with authority too.
Okay.
So you got I do it so many years and bribing so many people. You get tired of bribing people. You stand up to them, and sometimes you push them as far as you can.
Did they come after you?
No, they couldn't get them big boats in the inlet.
Now, what was the inlet a sanctuary of some
No,
sort?
it's the only way up is where it's right. It's inside a cove where you can park where marinas at. The marinas were inside the cove. It's like a little inlet. It's a short. The big boat, they were 100-foot Coast Guard boat from Venezuela, a Navy boat. They couldn't get in that.
Oh,
inlet.
they couldn't get in it.
No, they couldn't get in.
I got you.
Which I just could. I mean, it's tight. It's real tight. And it's
say,
especially coming at nighttime, too. Especially coming at
Lost
nighttime.
another one.
And my buddies had the radio. I always leave the radios on when one of somebody's out. And they had the radio. And they said, you crazy son of a gun. You what the hell? They could have shot you out in the water. I said, they ain't enough balls to shoot me out in the water. But they push you everywhere you go from Mexico to Venezuela to place. And you push back after you get so tired of it. And I've done some stupid things in my life that I got away with some stupid things. But I look back there and thank God he let me go.
Tell them the story about the airport where you had some guns tucked in the back of your belt back here behind you. And
Tell all my secrets, are you?
If you can.
I can tell. Ain't nobody going to do that to me. But after the mudslides in Venezuela, they had a big mudslide that destroyed Venezuela. And our boats were there. And we were home for Christmas. And so they gave us 5 days to get our boats out of there, or they were going to confiscate them. But we were having problems with Venezuela because of our oil deals. So a helicopter was supposed to come off a Navy boat and drop us in the jungle. When it was going to the island close by, they were going to pick it up and take us to Venezuela. I gave them coordinates to drop us close to the marina they could get us, and we were going to run through there. So the owner of one of the boats handed his back captain a gun, and it was the guy that owned Nuco 2 gas. That's what it was. And I reached across the table and grabbed the gun. I said, don't know if anybody's carrying a gun, it's me. So we met in the airport in Fort Lauderdale, 12 o'clock at night, and got on a G4. And we flew. To
catch the helicopter?
Yeah, to go to the island.
To go to the island.
It wasn't Aruba. It was an island close to Venezuela.
Yeah.
That memory fails me sometimes.
Y'all were going down there to get your boats?
Yeah.
Okay.
We was going down there, they'd fly us to the airport, and then the helicopter was supposed to pick us up and take us over to the mainland. But there was a problem because they was trying to work an oil deal, if they didn't work the oil deal, they didn't want nobody to go to Venezuela. They wouldn't allow us in there.
Okay.
Matter of fact, one of my good buddies, one of the captains was a Navy SEAL, and they wouldn't even come get him out. Agent Orange, which is Western, so he's dead now. But he was on one of the boats and they had Navy SEALs offshore, and they wouldn't let him go in there. And so I heard all this because we were talking to government officials that day. So somebody run their damn mouth to them and told them what they were going to do for us, and they cut it off and said, no, ain't nobody going there. So we let local people drive the boat side the marina that we met them and took them. But anyway, so when we landed that next day, I had 9mm and 2 clips.
In
an island off Venezuela.
In an island off Venezuela.
It wasn't damn Aruba. I can't remember the name of the island now.
Airport.
Yeah, the airport. Anyway, it's an international airport.
Yeah.
So I was the first one off the jet. I put the pistol in behind my pants and I put a clip in both pockets. And so the damn guy standing at the damn main machine, you go through the rescue. I started hollering. I said, "Where's my damn chopper?" I went on where the hell's my damn chopper? Started cussing. I raised it hell. I flustered him when he did. I stepped around him to my name machine and walked on through into the airport. My buddy behind me said, "Crazy son of a bitch." That's where I had a 9mm and 2 clips in the back of my pants. And they would have busted me with that down that airport.
You for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, this is entering the country with weapons. They put you in prison for that shit.
Yeah.
But I got him
Boy,
so
I tell
flustered.
you what, you flew by the seat of your britches now.
What's that?
You was flying by the seat on all these things.
No, I remember. Venezuela's a country where you watch your P's and Q's, but they will do anything to you. Anyway, I was clearing in one year going down there. I went down there. Well, I went to the Venezuelan embassy and got all my paperwork done. So when you get down there, they have an agent that likes to charge money to get you in and out of a country. And so they had me on this Navy boat, clearing me in. And this agent was on there. He's Venezuelan. And he said, "I think he needs a vaccination. He needs shots." He was hating because I've already cleared in. So I run the Navy guy. I said, "You say one more damn thing, I'm going to whip your ass right in front of all these Navy guys. Just shut your damn mouth, boy." He didn't say nothing else. But I got him fired from the Marine and everything. But he needs vaccination.
Yeah.
Vaccinate this boy, shut your damn mouth.
Teddy Roosevelt had the foreign policy of speak softly and carry a big stick. Dorsey's policy is just the opposite.
Yeah.
Just kind of holler real loud. And that's Steve Martin's philosophy. Steve Martin, the comedian's philosophy. When you go to New York City, and you're afraid of being mugged, he says, just walk down the streets, piss your pants in advance, so you have this big old black stain right there on your crotch. The muggers won't mess with you.
Well, like you said, that story about run your mouth, holler. I had a Navy SEAL tell me that one time. We was in Aruba and they tried to mug him. They come up behind him, a young black guy there on a bicycle, and put a knife in his back. They was had him right where he couldn't move. So one of the mates seen it happen and come down the marine and said, "Hey, Agent Orange in bad trouble over there. Somebody's got him over there. Somebody's behind him and everything. Don't look good. So I asked where it was. And so I said, "All right, y'all stay here." So I went across the street. I found out, I run until I found out where I could run back then. I had bear. And so I seen him over there, and there was this guy standing right behind him with a knife. And Agent Orange said, "Dorsey, he's got a knife right my back. I can't move." He said, "It's right where he can cut my damn liver. I can't move a leg." He said, "He knows what to do." I said, "Okay, cuz, all right, good." I said, "Good." So I looked at him. I said, "Let me tell you something, young man. Go ahead and cut him. I want you to. I'm going to rip your head off and shit down your neck. Come on, let's do it." And I started running towards him. Hey, that boy couldn't wait to get on that bicycle and get the hell out of there. Anyway, my buddy, he said, "They told us to be quiet before you jump. You start hollering like hell before you jump on somebody." I said, "I'm letting them know what's going on." He hadn't been dead to rights. I mean, he was going to give him a cigarette. He was there to smoke a cigarette. And I said, "Go ahead and stab him." I said, "I'm going to rip your head off, boy."
Which brings me back to my initial observation when I first started going to Boondocks. I was scared the hell of him till I got to know him. And, he was sitting there. I think one of the first time I ever sat down next to you on the thing was only to order a Bloody Mary one night. Kathy was behind the bar. I was sitting there right there at the pole where they have these like big drink machines right there, you know, at the pole, and then the bar goes straight on down to the end. Dorsey was sitting right. You usually sit right
So I kinda see what's going
within
on.
3 chairs right there
See what's
across
going
from
on.
Randy. And I eased in there and ordered that Bloody Mary, and she was back there just giving it.
She threw it out. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it flew right out. The whole glass of Bloody Mary
She threw a whole Bloody
flew
Mary on
right in between me and Dorsey, and it caught Dorsey more than it did me. It just glanced, and I was thinking, I'm dead. He finds out whose drink that was. I'm dead.
What I tell you, I said,
Now we're good friends. I stay over. He's got a little bungalow right behind Boondocks. Boondocks have some history.
yeah.
I think originally in the 20s or 30s, it may have been
30s.
built because there was no I-95 back then.
That's where all the truckers
And there
stopped.
was a main road. That 17 was a main road.
Main road. Yeah.
303, whatever. But it was used. It was kind of like a stopping point, like a Stuckey's or something like that. It had a restaurant in
Well,
it.
you know, it's like my
Some
daddy,
rooms upstairs.
Yeah. My daddy worked at that big hotel downtown in Brunswick, the one that tore down. And my daddy was a bellhop there when he was in high school. But he told me it's midway between New York and Miami. So this place here, so that's why it was a big stopover. 17 was coming from New York. People were heading south and everything in the old days.
I think there was some of it was a prostitution ring for a while. So that in houses you were living in?
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff, but I heard something about it, you know. I read it in a magazine.
It's like the old
Well, they had the big
road,
Darien too, you know. Back
like
then.
in the 40s and 50s, they had these places where people were starting to hit the road. You know, the road highways were getting better and better, and cars were getting better.
At one time, 17 was the most deadliest highway in America because it run from New York over to Miami, you know. In those days, that's why I retired back home because I wanted to come back. Brunswick, I was scared. I love Brunswick. I mean, my wife still lives my place in Jupiter, and you know, and I'd rather live here, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 years I told Tony that I wanted that place when he come.
How long you been back?
I'm going
From
on 2 years. Going on 2 years. Going on 2 years.
2 years is all?
Yeah.
That's when you left the.
Well, I left that job in Pittsburgh. There,
Maritime?
No, I left. I went back pipe fitting to get my union retirement.
Oh, okay.
So I've been doing. I went that. I've been working pipe fitting for the last 6 years, 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
You know, I rode Ohio, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania.
Gotcha.
I worked all up north where the big money was, but I was on a 9,000 man job in Pittsburgh when the pandemic hit, and they run us off the job. The governor of the state come in and shut the job down. Well, there's people from all over the world working that 9,000 man job, and he come in there at 10 o'clock. He said, by lunchtime, I don't want to see the first person on this job.
Now, did you get some of that unemployment pay?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they told us they were going to back in 3 weeks, so I stayed in Pittsburgh waiting. And they
3 weeks turned into 3 months.
When they shut the liquor stores down, I got the hell out of there. I said, okay, y'all ain't gonna liquor store, there's no bar, I'm leaving.
Does it seem like it even happened? You know, it seems like
the forest or something. It was crazy.
I mean, it was so surreal, and it was like, will we ever see the other side of this? Because that damn shutdown was just like, you're just trapped. You're sitting there at home, you know.
They're talking about shutting down.
Seems like it's going to be forever.
You know, they're talking about shutting down Pennsylvania. Everybody's on the highways, everything. So I cranked that over 04 up and I hauled ass out there. Well, I don't know what no police are going to stop you because they scared they're going to catch the pandemic too. So I was running like 110. Fast chip ever made from Pennsylvania. 95, I'm wide open. I was hauling, but well, I seen I passed one in West Virginia. They just look at you. They ain't gonna stop you. They might have that disease or something. Yeah, he probably got that disease or something. You know, so they wasn't stopping nobody. But hardly nobody on the interstate. It was crazy. It was a crazy time.
It was.
It was a crazy time.
Very surreal. I remember how quiet it got.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because nobody was, you know, usually where I'm at, we're sitting right on Central Avenue, which is a very traveled road. Pickup trucks, going to work. You didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
And by 7 o'clock at night, it was like
nice.
shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was surreal. So everybody, you turned inward because you couldn't socialize outward. You just turned inward.
Yeah.
And it's like, do the best you can, boys.
Yeah.
Because some people went slap crazy.
Yeah, it's like I was working Plant Vogel.
Some people don't like to go inward.
When they opened back up, I went to Plant Vogel. That was my last job before I retired. And the whole crew called it there.
That's Brunswick, right?
Augusta. Plant Vogel, Augusta.
Okay.
And so I came home. Because it was office, I came home and they had a note on the bar, don't let Dorsey in the bar. And so I opened the door up, and they said, no, you're out for 6 weeks, you got the shit. I said, they wouldn't let me in the bar, they had a note on the door. Keep doors, yeah. So they knew I was coming home. They're like, don't let him in the damn bar. I said, no, I ain't got nothing. They said, don't, they never so did. They banned me from coming in the bar.
Why'd they have the bar open?
Because that's when it was the end of it, and they opened up the bar and everything.
They was trying to ease back into it.
Yeah.
We went through it, remember?
Yeah. I bet y'all's business shut down big time.
Oh, man. I mean, it was just like, chomp.
Yeah.
And then, that we stuck with that. You had to jump through hoops.
Yeah.
Going, filling out all of stuff on thing, and we'd say, God, I don't know if I'm doing this right or wrong, and who can tell me? And we started listening to other people who had broke through a little further than we had and told us how to do it, and then we'd go down that road.
It's kind of a learning experience.
It was. It was a big time learning experience. But when it opened up, the door opened up, it was like we was.
Yeah, I was ready to take anything that anybody. Like, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but if you want to have a party and you need a band, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Because like before all that, I would freak out if I had to miss one thing got rained out or something. That would hurt me. And then it's like, all right, well now nothing's coming in.
Yeah.
Now try to pay your bills. Like,
and you couldn't draw unemployment even, did you?
Yes, we did.
Finally.
We did.
Yeah.
We finally broke through with that, the government unemployment. But
it was a
lot of musicians turned to the internet and started doing live performances.
Yeah.
And
I've seen that
and putting their Venmo and PayPal up there for tips, and people would tip them.
Yeah, okay.
From their living rooms. They'd say.
Yeah.
a lot of people,
because they were starved for the entertainment too. They wanted to hear us. We wanted to play. So.
I mean, some of them were just feeling sorry, I think, because they were tipping big, and it was like, thank you. It was awesome, though. I mean,
that's what they should do. Spread it around.
We had some good times then.
I mean, there
I
were
did a little
friends
thing called Uncle Dave's Saturday Supper Show or Saturday Night Supper Show or something every Saturday. Yep. And you did some things.
Yeah, I tried to do a few of them. But, it was like keep signal or not,
Yeah. It was a hell of an experience, but we made it through, and now it's in the history books along with the 1917 Spanish flu.
Yeah. But you would have done it different coming around next time.
They didn't have Facebook back then.
No.
If you could rewind and do it all again, you'd be like, hell no.
Oh, hell, if you had the advanced, what you know now, going into it, it'd be like kind of balls to the wall, It'd be like, come on, you come over to my house, sit right there with me, 6 feet, hell, come scrunch up here by me.
That's all. That's where that put your mask on. That's
how many times you had COVID?
Twice. They told me I had it. I went and bought me a damn half-gallon rum.
That you know of.
I went and bought me a half-gallon rum and got a hotel room and drank it away. Yeah. That's what I did, because I was staying with my brother, because he lived right across by Augusta, and I was working Vogel. He got COPD. We didn't know what the hell was, somebody get sick and die or something. So the time I found out I had
risk.
I went and got me a hotel room and got a half-gallon rum. And there we go.
How many times
he bring me food and leave it outside of the door.
Just once.
One that I tested.
Justin,
for.
how many times?
I think I had it last week.
I mean, officially. I mean, doctor diagnosed.
Yeah.
I've had it.
Yeah, they tested at Vogel and told
3
the whole
times,
crew
I
almost had
believe.
it.
3, maybe 4.
You know, I mean,
it never
really
did really bad for me.
No.
But unlike some poor souls out there, Jesus, I mean, it was so random. Was the thing about it? You'd have a 35-year-old healthy young man in Kansas, never smoked, no kind of heart issues or anything, just kill over dead. You know,
it's crazy the way it affects.
Then you have somebody like me, you know, who smoked, and
or you would have a husband get it and the wife not get it.
Yeah, it was so damn random. It was unbelievable. Sneaky little son.
You know, and a lot of it, they went overboard, shutting down your job, shutting down everything. You know, just like
Well, they didn't know either. I mean, nobody knew what was fixing to happen.
I think they knew.
Yeah, that line.
They were seeing what they could get away with.
You look at all the countries that are in between China and us, and they were like dying by the thousands. You know,
you had the highest paid government official in the world up there lying to us. You know,
I don't think they ever knew for sure.
You know,
it was like worldwide.
Yeah,
the scientists were working it worldwide to come up with a vaccine.
They were hurting us.
Yeah,
they were.
All right, folks.
I'm with you.
Now, the fact you remember I've told you about the intimidation factor and how scared we all were, and all of his speak loudly and carry a little stick.
Watch your mouth.
We're going to play a little clip now for you. Can we do that? Can we play a little clip from Cowboy Bunkhouse? Or is it?
That's not how it works.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
We've done it before. I want to show you.
Edit it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I got you.
I can stop it.
No, we'll just let that be a teaser for you. Be on the lookout for a clip starring Dorsey Prothman in his his big intimidating 5'8" frame.
Justin, I don't know if you can do this, but can we put a little cartoon squirrel right here? Right.
I get to the point where I think all I got to say is Justin, and he can do it. No, let's save it. Let's build up some suspense for this, folks. You've heard us. Maybe you hadn't. Maybe nobody's ever watched this far into an episode yet. But I'm telling you, there's this thing called Uncle Dave's Cowboy Bunkhouse coming to a YouTube channel near you soon. And how do we know where you live? Because we do. Right now, I'm gonna bring this up. This is not intimidating in any way. It's a small book. Very. You see how big it is. It's not. It's a quick read, big type, small book, and it's mine. And it's called Tales of the Week from Dog Hill to Tripoli and Back by Uncle Dave Griffin. It's 25 stories from my blogging days, and it'll change your life. You can read it all in one bowel movement.
Is this a medicine show?
Well, I left my glasses over there in my coat pocket, but I don't need them. Yeah. I'm going to show you this. No, I don't need them. I'm good. I'm getting better at this. My eyes are actually improving as I get older.
Dorsey, he reads a tale of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, we ain't going anywhere.
He always forgets to tell.
Hey, check this out.
He always forgets to tell the guests what we're doing.
Who's that like, fine? Who is that fine?
Oh, it's like some griffins.
Who is that fine? That was before we was married right there. That was back when I was skinny.
That's when y'all was living in sin.
That's back. Sinners, that's back when I had care packages sent to me from Ethiopia. Illegal alien, illegal alien, illegal alien. Say that 3 times fast, and you actually sound like one.
Now you get a new hotel, you get a phone, and you get paid for it.
Say that 3 times fast, and you actually sound like an alien. Illegal alien, illegal alien. Considering the current political climate, when you hear illegal alien, maybe you think of somebody from a third world country or maybe Mexico. But when the Bahamian government called me and my future wife that in 1992, well, that's another story. I was dating a beautiful blonde with blue eyes and pretty feet, and I very often wanted to impress her. Like Sigmund Freud used to say, every conscious and subconscious action a man takes is aimed toward gaining the ultimate resolution of psychosexual pleasure. So I figured one good means to that end would be a cruise.
I was trying to figure it out.
I figured one good means to that end would be a cruise to the Bahamas for an island vacation. We drove my old 73 blue Ford pickup truck to the Jacksonville airport, parked it, rented a reliable low-mileage automobile with good air conditioning that would get us all the way to Fort Lauderdale Beach, Florida, where we would depart on the Sea Escape cruise liner to Nassau. I bet you've driven bigger boats than that.
No, I never. It's hard to catch a fish off a boat that big. I always drove fishing boats, yachts.
The drive down there was long, so we broke it down and stayed overnight in a funky little Daytona Beach motel. And I've got stories from that night, but they ain't going to be told on here. We hit the road the next day, opting for the Highway A1A scenic route, arriving in Fort Lauderdale around midnight. The cruise would not depart till the next morning, but I had a plan, a money-saving plan. We'd turn the used car in at Fort Lauderdale Airport at midnight, take the shuttle bus to the Port Everglades landing, where I was sure there would be an all-night terminal with chairs and couches where early arriving South Georgia vagrants could lay their money-saving heads down as they dreamed about their dreamboat. I was dreaming, all right. At 2 a.m., the shuttle bus dropped us off in an empty seaport parking lot with one lonely street lamp. I mean, it was like, the docks. Lynn and I hesitantly stepped outside before we had time to assess our new surroundings, which was looking like something out of a Robert De Niro mafia movie. The driver had done chunked our suitcases out. He threw them out and was leaving Port Everglades and us in a cloud of dust. He was getting the hell out of there.
He knew we was in the wrong place.
Well, we did too when we were standing there alone. I didn't have a good feeling. My money-saving plan was working so far, but at this point it was turning into more of a life-saving plan. Survival. The terminal was locked down tight, so we gathered our luggage and ourselves on a patch of grass directly underneath that one street light. I remember the old John Wayne.
You were impressing her then, weren't you?
Well, you ain't heard it all. I recalled a John Wayne Western, and I began to circle the wagons, placing the bags and suitcases around us in a circle. Hey, as Lynn pulled out a beach towel and spread it on the ground inside our flimsy fortress, I asked her if she had any weapons in her cache of feminine supplies. She produced a 6-inch pair of scissors with flowery handles and a curling iron from Eckerd's. Smart girls are always prepared for danger. Feigning bravery, I told her, you get some rest. Jugging the flowery handle scissors in the ground in front of me. She cacked out like a light bulb, leaving me to pursue every wind-blown creak and gangster whisper in my sleep-deprived film noir imagination. After several hours, the long terminal door finally slid open, releasing a fresh-off-the-boat crowd down the ramp, all staring gape-mouthed at the two hapless tourists beneath the street lamp. Thankful we were okay and my plan back in effect, we boarded the Sea Escape, checked our bags, and went topside, flopping down in the nearest lounge chairs and passing out. We slept all the way to Nassau, missing the all-important orientation for new arrivals to the Bahamas, which went into great detail about passports, customs, proper procedures for visiting vacationers. On the island, I immediately hailed a cab that took us to our hotel, supposedly once owned by Lucy and Desi Arnaz. Well, that and the fact that it was Flamingo Peak was impressive, but a Coke from the hotel vending machine was a cool $5. Not cool. Whenever we vacation, we always like to do as the natives do, so we ventured out to a homegrown restaurant not much more than some Bahamian's wood frame house for conch fritters, pigeon peas, and Johnny cake. We drank and danced in a downtown nightclub one evening where Lynn boldly entered a banana eating contest, then got shy and still came in 5th place. Oh, y'all, let me tell you about the shirt she wore to that. Her and one of her, this is before we was married, her and one of her girlfriends at the post office, Edith. She's a black woman, a little bit older. They went shopping one day for the trip, and of all places, Penny's was selling this women's top. It was white with fabric and sheer see-through, like leaves, and then some clear spots where you put it on with nothing underneath, and it was pretty risque. Mm-hmm. She wore that out to that club that night. When we was leaving, we walked out the doors to catch the shuttle bus back to the boat or back to the hotel. And there's 3 natives, islanders, right outside the door. And we walked past them, and we got about 10 feet past them, and then heard one of them, "Hey, man, you let the old lady walk around like that?" And I thought, keep walking. Just keep walking. And I said, we'll wait and see what happens. The bus is it's too far. We're gonna die. No, I was just talking to her. Just keep moving. And then it seemed like a minute and a half passed, but it was only just 5 seconds. And one of the other ones said, "What? She looked good. You got a problem with that?"
There we go.
So I'd had to pull out a Dorsey Prothman, and I didn't even know him. I'd have turned around and said, "You want some of this?"
That's why when you walk.
No, we want the lady.
That's when you walk in the mountains. You always keep a beer bottle in your pocket. Best weapon you can ever have.
Don't.
Most of our time we were on the beach or poolside where local ladies were constantly. Most of the time we were at poolside or we would go to the beach where the locals were constantly preying on the American
braid your hair
ladies with long blonde hair and say, "Braid your hair, darling." So we kept to our fiscally minded plan as much as possible. And because alcohol is about the only thing cheaper in the Bahamas, we bought a big bottle of Bacardi 151 rum to take home with us. That's my wife's drink of choice. Before boarding the return cruise to Fort Lauderdale, we followed our fellow tourists' lead and stood in line with our passports, handed our papers through the window. The little Bahamian attendant, she looked at him, looked back at us, and she snarled at us. She said, "Do you realize you've been on the island illegally for 4 days?" I says, "Listen here. Between the $5 Cokes and the high-dollar cab rides, you already raped and pillaged my money-saving plan. So whatever you do to us at this point couldn't be any worse. What you gonna do?" She sneered at me, stamped the passports, and turned to Lynn and said, "Braid your hair, darling."
Come on. Good job. That's the behavior.
Let's look at some pictures and let you comment on them, Dorsey. See if if your memory's as good as your as good as your feet still are. How's your feet?
A little sore. That ain't what it used to be.
I ain't got these in any kind of order, so we'll just start it at the top and.
I got them as a number.
Yeah, we'll just start at number 1.
Oh, that's my old swamp buggy hunting in the Everglades with down in South Florida.
Dang.
That was an Everglades hunting buggy.
When you're hunting on that, it's like shooting from a damn stagecoach. Don't let anybody behind you with a shotgun you don't trust. Well, everybody opens up at the same time. It's a lot of fun.
So the 4 tires are all the same size.
Yeah, no, we did a lot of that. You just run through the palmettos all day and stir up hogs and deer, and everybody just opens up. That's all hog dog, a little bit of Jesse on the buggy up there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a bait box. That's where all the baits we have rigged before we go fishing in the morning time.
Is that
With all your squirts, all your ballyhoo.
live fish or lures?
They macros and ballyhoo. The macros, the big ones for the marlin, small one. But the elephant eats a peanut, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, small bait catches the big one sometimes.
All right.
That's our bait box. That's the Caribbean rainforest in Puerto Rico. Is where that is. Up on top of the mountain there in Puerto Rico is the rainforest.
Damn sure tropical, right?
You know, it's funny the way that Puerto Rico's when you fish out there, it's usually calm in the morning, but it's got a vortex. Wind starts blowing every day about 1 o'clock. There's a vortex. All the mountains, all the heat starts sucking wind, and it almost set your watch by it. And whatever. I like fishing out there in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. It's fun. I fished the Puerto Rican International a few times.
Okay.
That's when I was a young man, holding up a barracuda. Mm-hmm. They stinking and nasty.
Look at them
Throw
teeth.
them back over. Oh, they stink. Oh, they got
Really?
body odor. Oh, they're bad. You don't want them to touch nothing on the boat. Yeah, but we let them go because when you charter fishing, that might be all you catch for the day. So, you don't kill them because you might catch it tomorrow. So, that's me and my wife when I first started fishing down there, Miss Jan. She was a hell of a mate. And that was charter fishing. That's Dorado and some tuna down there. That's a dolphin Dorado what we got in the hand. Mai, they call it on Hawaii. But the Spanish call it Dorado. We call it dolphin.
How much is them in your hands approximately?
Well, how much they weigh?
Yeah.
Probably 15, 18 pounds, something like that, maybe.
Okay.
But we were getting $5.50 a pound on the hoof at the restaurants. Every fish we caught there. The charter guest was from hotels, so they couldn't take them back, so we'd sell them to the restaurants.
Ah.
They come down and buy them from you.
So you get money on both ends.
Oh, yeah, $5.50 a pound on the hoof, just like they are.
Okay.
Yeah, that's St. Thomas Virgin Islands. That's my 3 months. Bessie Mae, Georgia Girl, and Jake. Yeah, they still live in the house in a box. The ashes.
Okay.
They all live there still.
There you go.
That's our place in Jupiter. That's a bluefin tuna.
Dang, what a fish.
Out of Gloucester. We was commercial fishing up there.
Wow.
That's my buddy Bobby. Gloucester, yeah, that's right. That's my buddy Bobby. Me and him fished. He's the one that fished Brazil with me. He's my hunting buddy. We fished and hunted around the world together, me and him. He's the biggest killer I've met in my life. He just got an instinct for killing. I mean, when you go out fishing with shit like that, you got to have your shit together,
I got a question. Why is all the seafood and marine type workers wear white boots? What is the significance?
Of course, it's wet on that boat.
No, I mean that, but it's like crabbers, shrimpers, and all that stuff. They're white.
They white boots.
Is that just part of the
part of the lifestyle?
Just part of the trade?
Yeah.
The
water sloshing on the deck all day long. We're fishing like a 20-foot boat here, a sea craft, and you take it on the water all the time.
Well, I know the significance of the boot, but I was just wondering about the color. Was it just something that's been going on for years?
It's like the crabbers,
like
the
a tradition.
Yeah. It's part of your lifestyle. You're not in fashion if you don't have white boots.
Yeah, but
and plus,
I just wondered if it had
if they fell in the water, you could see them.
Yeah, and they don't get so hot either because they're white, and like black boots would be hot from
reflect.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah. There you go. Bluefin tuna going to Japan. We whooped the ass up there. This is an Indian village in the Amazon up near Colombia. And I was giving the kids, I take them candy and take them coloring books.
Is that you?
Books. Yeah, that's me
Right
handing
there,
out candy.
giving them out.
Yeah, that's me handing out candy. Yeah, that's right. That's where they live in those straw huts out there.
That's South
off
America.
the ground. Yeah, that's almost. It's up the river, right in Colombia. It's between Panama and Colombia. They talking about all these people walking through Darien Trail. That's where it is. And they come through there looking all clean, all these aliens. They talking about, ain't no damn way. Somebody
Look at
busted.
that.
But they love
I
this
bet
coming up
they
there.
ain't never seen stuff like you gave them.
Yeah, I tell you what, these women, this National Geographic, the women on the porch, they don't have no tops on, big old Indian women. They speak an Indian dialect, but they can weave a basket of whole water. I got a bunch of them in my house in Florida.
When you say Indian, you're not talking about India.
They're like
it's just the Indians of South America.
Yeah. They just like, and they speak their own dialect.
Yeah, Andean Indian.
Yeah.
Is it Andean Indian?
It was amazing to see, they're happy people to be so poor. And they don't have no lights,
Well, they don't
no
know
power.
no better.
Yeah, they don't have no power or
other.
anything,
They don't know what they're missing.
No. Yeah, they're happy people, they
Get it?
Bluefin tuna. Got the big one on the rod. Yeah, got tuna on right there. Bluefin tuna. Fishing out of Gloucester. Yeah. See, you can grab the line. You use a 300-pound test line, so you grab the line and pull it down and reel it at the same time. Well, they're powerful fish. You get a 500-pound tuna on it, they're powerful as hell.
Love.
Yeah.
That's a workout, ain't it?
It is. That's my winning ticket. That's my girl.
That was the name of it?
Yeah, the winning ticket. We're in Honduras there, Roatan, Honduras. But that boat there, the boss man, we had a 55 Ocean yacht before that, and it almost sunk on the way from coming back from Virgin Islands. It was, the fiberglass, they weak boats, 55 Ocean. And I told the boss man, I said, if you want me to work for you, I said, you better buy me a new boat. So he gave me $1 million, and the other boat, he said, go find us a boat. And so I made the deal. He never even seen it. He come walking down the dock and said, damn, cuz you went and bought a damn ship? That's what he said.
Where'd you buy it?
Stuart, Florida, is where I bought it from. The guy up there, I bought it from there. But we lived on that girl right there. I mean, we lived in the jungle so much, and all I needed diesel fuel. Had water maker, generators, and we lived a long time in the jungle. Just, bought fuel from shrimp boats, tugboats. We bought diesel fuel from anywhere we get it from,
That weren't the Tyson people.
No, he had a merit boat. I was just mate. I was a mate on his boat. I wasn't a captain.
Antennas up top.
Yeah, antennas, riggers.
I guess that little hut up top is the old crow's nest.
Yeah, up top of the fly ridge up there. Yeah, and but she's an older boat, and so she's slow. So we only had so much fuel. So everywhere we went, we had to go 10 knots. So we saved fuel. So we like say you go 500 miles, 50 hours. Like going from Jamaica, like Aruba to Jamaica, that's 500 miles. So it takes you 50 hours to get there.
Wow.
So you had to pick your weather. You open ocean all the way.
How long was that boat?
That's 65-foot hatteras.
Okay.
And closed bridge. So I told her about it. It says always air conditioned up top. It's good and cool. I loved it. She was a great traveling boat. I loved it. She was so big. She was a strong boat.
I bet you it was pretty at nighttime.
We had a TV taped up there, so we watched movies the whole time. Because you work day and night. You're traveling. You work, which I have my crew set up for 2 hours on, 4 hours off, 24 hours a day, 3 days straight. But that's just part of the leg. You leave from leaving out of Palm Beach, Panama Canal is 1,200 miles.
Were you carrying customers in situations like that, or
I take a boat that fly and meet me? They'd make a trip every now and then because they wanted to travel, but most time I just tell them where to meet me. They take the jet and fly in there and meet me, and we take them fishing.
Okay.
And but he traveled a lot. He loved it. He loved fishing. He kept me going a lot. We traveled a hell of a lot. I mean, that boat has been to a lot of places.
That same one?
Yeah, that's the same one. Yep. So it's hard to tell where that is. I can't tell the surroundings. I can't really tell. But see, all the sport fishing. Oh, I know where that is. That's Costa Rica there. I can tell by the little village right there where we at and everything.
That ain't no fancy dock there, is it?
No, it's a fancy boat. It's a fancy marina there now. That's old time. That's old there. That used to be old Panama. They used to all bananas out there. It's old banana plantation docks and everything there.
Man, don't you
All
know?
bananas.
Don't you know that's tropical living, right? You got the dang jungle right behind
Oh,
you.
it's rainforest. It's jungle for
That's
sure.
probably going straight up. Ain't it?
Oh yeah. That's jungle for sure.
What a life.
That's the same place. That's the same place right there. Yeah. And see down there, that's when I bought the boat, the Jody. I changed the name of it to Winning Ticket. Well, that's when I bought it. And,
J-O...
It was the Jody. That was his daughter's name.
J-O-T-Y?
J-O-D-Y, Jody.
Oh, okay. I see it now. J-O-D.
Yeah. So we were surveying it there. When you buy a boat, it's surveyed. They check the bottom and everything.
That's the same boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's we traveled many a mile with that girl. And had a gin there in the cockpit to cook, so you barbecue out back. Yeah, it had full galley. I mean, it's 3 staterooms. It's perfect for traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And she was tough. She'd take that's Costa Rica too. See the palapas there. That's a restaurant there. That palapa
Costa Rica, what? Venezuela?
No, Costa Rica's on Costa Rica. It's
Costa Rica is a country.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's beside Nicaragua on one end, up Panama on the other end.
All right.
That's where it is. That's Acapulco. They dive off the cliffs. Cliff diving in Acapulco.
I know what that guy's saying right there.
Yeah, it's amazing. They have to count the waves coming in and out. They catch the wave. What's wrong when the wave soaks out? They're gonna break their damn neck. Because it ain't that deep there. They count the waves.
Yeah, the water comes up and
when the waves, Yeah, you watch them at nighttime. They do it at nighttime. You have dinner.
That's pretty.
You have dinner out there. That's a volcano off of damn Nicaragua. I think it's Nicaragua where the volcanoes are.
Smoking.
Yes, it's perfect. Yeah, it's smoking. You can see them offshore when you're coming up the coastline, like you're making a trip from Mexico coming back to Costa Rica, which I did a few times. You can see them and then shore in there.
Did you take these photos?
Yeah.
That's really good.
I had a 35 millimeter back there.
That's a pretty tree right there, that orange flowers.
Yeah, that's for
A lot of this reminds me of Hawaii, our trip to Hawaii.
It's probably the same. I've never been to
A
Hawaii.
lot of the vegetation appears the same. Close.
It's so diversified.
That's a feast.
That's my pig pit. That's my pig pit at the house in Jupiter. I cooked a lot of pigs.
Tell us what's on the menu.
We got a lot of everything in there. Hens, ribs. There you go.
What's some little things up there? Is that steaks?
Like, it might be damn quail or something. I can't really tell. Corn.
Oh, that.
It look like quail kind of me.
Okay.
But something I know it's both hens and ribs. But I cooked 150-pound hog on that pit. And
where was that at?
Jupiter. The house of Jupiter.
Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Me and a buddy of mine, I bought a pig, and I said, let's have a pig cooking. I didn't have a damn thing to cook it on. I was like, why did I cook this thing? So I built this pit right here. And it cooked a mini pig. And I put a piece of plywood over the top, and where the holes are, I put cedar planks. I use them like flues so I can open them, close, and get the heat temperature different. No, it's actually, I think there's a picture of a pig in here somewhere, I think. That's the boss man. That's the boss man and his brother. One sitting in the front and the one behind them right, they're the two owners. They're, that man right there, I met a lot of smart people. That man right there is the smartest man I ever met in my life. He graduated from Stanford University in the 50s, and he's from Peru. And it's hard to get Stanford University when you're American. I mean, he owns banks in 5 countries.
Wow.
They own 20% national growth product of Peru. I mean, the president of Peru told that to a buddy of mine.
That little guy in the glasses back there in the corner is Irving Azoff, the manager for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's one of their friends. Yeah, that's the bear back there. The one in the back. Senor Callisto, he's a hunter. He's got animal for every country there is.
Those two guys are brothers?
Yeah, they're brothers.
What is the guy's brother?
Yeah, they're brothers, man. The Romero family.
Romeros.
Yeah.
Cesar Romero.
From Lima, Peru. That's some of the kids in the huts out in the jungle.
That's kind of like where you were handing out candy.
Yeah, uh-huh.
All right.
That's how they live. They got a thatched roof.
See, he's quite happy.
Oh, they're very happy. They got homemade bow and arrows. They shoot them big crawfish in the rivers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they eat a lot of bananas and everything. That's their village.
It's a life.
It is. I mean, they're happy people.
Mm-hmm.
And the women are weaving baskets out of palm.
More of the same village.
Yeah. That's me.
Now that's old.
That's me when I was back
That's Dorsey when he had.
I had hair back then. I was in shape back then.
That's when he used that old scream loud.
Yeah, no, that's body slamming. I was
You don't mess with it.
I'm gonna tear your head off, son. I was body slamming fish. I was body slamming fish back then.
I ain't gonna mess with him.
You about to get it? You better run now.
Hey,
I don't have to call my daddy to calm me down.
heck
He ain't around.
Yeah, boy, you gonna get killed.
That's the best light tackle fisherman in the world right there, Mr.
Really?
Levitt, Mike Levitt. My buddy Bob behind him.
Yeah.
We're in Brazil there. We're in Victoria, Brazil. He hired us to go catch a world record. And we caught one world record in 3 days, almost caught the second one world. We caught a 96-pound white marlin on 6-pound test line. And that's back when I could tie a knot. I mean, imagine tying 6-pound test line for marlin, world record marlin fishing. I can't even see 6 pounds now. But I tied all the knots and did the deal, and Bobby drove the boat. But the boat was so rickety, the ones we chartered, like the steering wheel didn't work up top. He'd holler, go turn the wheel to start. I'd run inside, turn the wheel, then come back and go to the cockpit, get ready to wire the fish. Go turn the port, go back and turn the wheel, come back, run back to the pit, get ready to wire the fish. You know, it's but Mike, at one time, he held every white marlin world record in the world at one time. Most of them got broke. Ours are still there. So it's going to be hard to break that 96 pound. It took us 40 minutes to get. We
He's still 40 living? Minutes.
It still holds that record, still in the record book, yeah.
I mean, is he still living?
I don't know if he is or not. He owned more public houses than anybody in America.
What was his name
one of Bill
again?
Clinton's guys, Mike Levitt.
Mike Levitt.
Yeah, he was one of Bill Clinton's boys. Yeah, he's the one that set him up in all that public housing.
Awesome.
That's me fixing wire fish. See, because when you're fishing 6-pound test line, your leader can't be for so long. So the fish has got to be right there before I grab that leader. Because you grab the line, it's going to pop immediately. It's got to get the leader. So, so I'm waiting for the leader to come to me now. I mean, he's really good. The leader's like, there's a short line that you put the tie from your line to the hook is your leader.
To the water?
Yeah, no, anytime you tie your line up, you have a leader so that when the fish, with that bill, regular 6-pound line, he'd be right immediately. You got to have something.
So that leader extends from the line to the hook?
Yeah, to the hook, yeah.
Gotcha.
And I think it's 12 foot is all you can have on this line there. But we usually use 30-foot leaders when we're regular marlin fishing, not world record. We use 30 foot, so you have to wire like a 500 fish. You wire 30 foot. The fish jumping and
who's that fishing sport. Right there?
That's Mike Levitt. That's him.
Is it?
Yeah. Think about that. Like other boats, they were flat on the stern. You got nothing to put your knees on it. Like when we built a boat, we put the cover board, so you put your legs on it, something to hold on to. Yeah. There ain't nothing to hold you there. I felt like I was going overboard the whole time,
that's
reaching
what I'm
out like that.
If you grab hold of that line and he does a good yank, he could pull you right in.
There's a lot of people killed like that. There's been quite a few people killed like that for sure.
And the propellers right back there.
Yeah. That's a dangerous sport. You need a good angler. I mean, he put the rod in the water and followed the fish. Let the line go, come back. You can't touch the reel because they'll break immediately. I mean, it's an art to that, light tackle fishing. And you got to have a good mate too, though. See, but he paid good money.
What's your shirt say?
Winning ticket. That's my boat shirt. That's my boat shirt. Yeah. We made new shirts every year when we travel, like Millennium year. We made new shirts every year. Which I think I might have one left out of all them thousands of shirts. That's a marlin jumping right there. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's me with some tunas. I say that's Virgin Islands. That's been my charter fish back there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all tunas there. That's my wife with our Christmas tree. I know. That's where that little Christmas tree right there. We was in Virgin Islands, and it got so big it was our Christmas tree. You tied red ribbons all over it. One of my buddies came and said, he said, I smell something. He said, I smell skunk. I said, look behind you. He said, holy moly. That's what all my buddies got for Christmas, one little piece of Christmas tree. We got them off everybody.
Jan with the innocent
St. Thomas
look.
Virgin Islands. That's my wife, Jan.
With the innocent look.
Pretty.
Oh, yeah. She's the one. She's the grower.
There's your winning ticket.
Yeah, that's it. That's me and my buddy Tony Neese. He's dead. He's my buddy. He's one. Me and him, my buddy, my whole life. He's dead now. Paint crack, but he was a electrician. He worked on embassies around the world.
You got a cast on your right arm.
Yeah, I got a little fight there. Imagine that. He leaned down and I hit him right on top of the damn head. They call it the fighter's break. Right, that little bone right there, behind your little finger. Yeah, I was running the bar back then. That's
Marriage?
Getting married on my back porch. I was barefooted.
Look like you fixing to punch the minister.
You like Stacy Keach right there.
It does, yeah.
Well, that's a good life out there. I was getting tan all the time.
Yeah.
But that's what killed Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah,
Skin cancer.
Yeah.
Melanoma.
You know, it's like the light-haired people had more trouble. Red hair,
Yeah, my uncle's redheaded.
I have a friend of mine eat the top of the ears off as bad. I got a place on my hand that's bad, but I've seen people get the lips eat off and everything. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's my uncle right now. They taking all kinds of parts.
Oh, God, it's terrible. Once it starts spreading like that, I hate to say it's gone.
Yeah.
I got a place right there. The only place I got on me is real cancer. I got to take care of it soon. That's a dinner party on our back porch.
Look how much fun everybody's
a bunch of
having.
fishing buddies, all them fishing, but everybody there fishes for a living.
That's you on the front left.
Yeah, that's me on the front left. Yeah, that's me on the front left. Same as Jan right beside me.
They ain't a sad face amongst
No, we
them.
had good food. Drinking wine, whiskey, rum. We had plenty of parties on that back porch.
Yeah.
That's me hoglets, I'm killing. That's in every lake hunting hogs. A lot of hogs down there. I killed more hogs than I did deer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out hunting by myself that day. Killed all of them. Had to carry them out in a wheelbarrow. Because there's management land. That's rainforest in Puerto Rico again.
Deep in the jungle.
Yeah, it's air plants. We collect orchids. I had orchids from every country I went to. At a house in Florida. Jan still got them. But I was in the airport in Miami one time, and that damn beagle kept coming up to my bag. I didn't get his bag. I said, this is going to be some shit. Busted in Miami airport with orchids. Out of all the stuff I done in my damn life, they put me in jail for smuggling orchids. That's the last time I smuggled orchids in the airport. I carried them on boats, but I didn't carry them on, I didn't carry them on damn airport no more. That damn little beagle. And that's still the same place. That's the same part. That's one thing about you get to see a lot. That's the winning ticket there. That's my first boat.
Boy, that's pretty.
That's Honeymoon Bay there. That's where
Honeymoon?
Yeah, that's the cruise line bought that island, and they got a big. That's where they go and park and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, but we used to hang out. Matter of fact, that same picture I was out to shoot Mini 14 that morning. People guessed were asleep. I was shooting jugs. Had the Mini 14 out, but I used to be a big drug island. There's caves on that each have pot in and everything. It's on the Outer Bahamas.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. Oh, it's beautiful. Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Look at the mountains, how close they come to us. You see, that's where they had that mudslide that come destroyed that town. The mountains come right down. And that's the Maputo Sheraton's hotel there.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I used to sign my name as a pilot because all the pilots stay there. I go drinking there and I check the room number. I put Bill Clinton down. I did that shit for a long time. Matter of fact, my buddy said, you just wrote Bill Clinton on that side. I'm shut up. They caught me one day. I chose a room, there wasn't no pilot in. They said, ain't nobody in that room. I said, oh, sorry.
Change that name.
Yeah, that's right.
Jan?
Miss Jan Acapulco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At one time, she held the woman's deepest tank dive in the world.
Deepest one?
A tank dive, the deepest in the world. At one time, she did.
Oh, okay.
The woman tried to break her record, died of narcosis. It's just been broke since then. And that's
What
just
is narcosis?
It's just when you get upside down, you know, where they, I think they really call it.
But
But it went the wrong way.
Disoriented.
An underwater death.
Yeah. That's Spawn Till We Die
There's
shirt
another
on.
Stacy Keach looking guy.
That's a Spawn Till We Die shirt on. My buddy there that made them shirts, he got pulled over by a tuna in North Carolina, got killed. But he was a hell of a fisherman. But he went by himself. Yeah, he harpooned it, and the damn line got caught around his leg.
God,
I pulled him in, and he was on the boat by himself and got killed. It's off of Morehead City. But I think we're in Mexico. There's one of my apartments in Mexico. Because everywhere we go to Boston, we rent me an apartment. Mm-hmm. You know, we didn't stay on the boat. We stayed in apartments everywhere we went.
Let's see your shirt there. Spawn.
Spawn till you die.
Spawn till you die.
I still get that shirt. I'm gonna follow, but I still got that shirt.
Okay.
That's Flamingo Bay, Costa Rica. It's they just built a brand new marina there. That was one of the first marinas open in Costa Rica years ago, and that's the only place you could go. And it's all the way up towards Nicaragua. That's where but we had a great time up there. There's a bar. That picture was taken from a bar upstairs with a swimming pool and everything upstairs up there over the Mariner Inn is called the name of the bar. The name of it. So,
okay.
So in that bar one night, one day, it's tradition in Costa Rica. You bust raw eggs on people's head for their birthday for good luck. So here we are in this bar. My wife, she called down and told them it was my birthday. Cause I didn't tell nobody. I didn't want to play that egg game. And so after like the third or fourth egg, I said, okay, all right, that's enough eggs. No more eggs. We're good. No more. And so somebody else come by. I said, okay, damn it, y'all got it now. I went in the kitchen and got all the eggs out of the kitchen, little crates of eggs. It come set them on the bar. And I took a crate and went to the table. I said, I got my eggs. Y'all better get y'all's. The damn place was a mess.
Food fight.
Eggs all over everywhere. Eggs all over the walls. Eggs everywhere.
Damn.
And so, I mean, it's wide open bars, wide open. So we had to take the water hose and wash all the walls down. So after the egg fight, everybody got there. We're going to throw somebody in the pool. We all got the egg. We got to throw everybody in the pool. I felt so sorry for the tourists the next day. They're in there with the kids and all these eggs floating in the pool.
Oh, man.
They throw more damn eggs at me. We're inside the boat there. We're inside the...
What is that you're holding?
That's a trophy from Cuba.
Okay.
I took in the Hemingway tournament. That's our trophy from Cuba. And I got they gave me a medallion around my neck, which I gave to my nephew.
Fishing trophy.
That's our swordfish builds a trophy. That's a 50th annual Hemingway tournament. Okay. I took second or third in it. Cuba.
That's Cuba.
That's Cuba. That's damn. It was an amazing place. It was kind of hard to figure out. I mean, the people are happy and but you go to bars and they got like fountains in there and all the women are wearing medallion. I mean, sequin long dresses and marble floors and it's like and then we went to see we went to Coco Cabana and seen their famous show while we were there. But it's like the people are happy and it's like. And it's crazy the way to try to figure out, what the hell's going on around you,
Mm-hmm.
Is the architecture still predominantly old?
Oh, yeah, it's all old stuff. They redo everything. And just like all the casinos. Yeah, that's why I've heard that they're not open completely because like all the mafia that owned all the casinos and all the buildings down there, they pay into the damn government with lobbyists. Don't open it up till they give us our stuff back, which they never will.
Castro's the one that ruined it.
Yeah, Castro, yeah.
Because America had big investments in that.
Yes, big time.
Before.
Yeah, big time. Oh, yeah, no, we're big time.
That's where Sinatra and all them guys played.
See, that's the Capitol building in the back, just like our Capitol building.
Yeah.
But it's full of bars.
Really?
Yeah.
That building is full of bars now?
Yeah. In the back, yeah.
Wow.
But it's
tired?
Me, I'm wore out. I got a bottle of wine. Enough red wine for me. Hey, me and Jake. That's on the couch at the house.
Jake.
Yeah. A
Feed Jake.
Girl dog named Jake.
Feed Jake.
Oh, yeah. They had a good life. That's Cuba downtown, yeah. That's one of the crocodiles. That's one of the crocodiles of Costa Rica. There's a bridge you go over down there. And there's big cattle ranch right next to it, but we used to hang chickens off of it in case the damn crocodiles on the damn, and with whole chickens. That was the fun thing to do, take people there. But let's go catch crocodile. Them 70,000-pound crocs, they're big.
Just for fun.
They giant.
They're a lot bigger than alligators, aren't they?
Yeah. They're different. They long snouts. They have long snout on them.
Long, narrow snout.
Yeah, narrow snout on them.
They'll eat you too.
Well, the boys surf right there. They surf that point right out there, this river right here.
You ever been close to one?
Huh?
You ever been close to one?
That's about close I'm getting on that bridge. You know what? An alligator in Oklahoma Trump taught me years ago when I was in high school, don't mess with them. When I picked up the baby. Mama come out of that water swamp chasing me and a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
We was in FFA. I threw that damn little baby gator down and run like hell.
You know, alligators can run about 35 miles an hour for a
she started
brief
blowing
distance.
and snorting.
Yeah.
I knew immediately.
She was bellowing.
No, she come out of that
She was
water.
coming after you.
She come out of that water. Damn.
They make some god awful noise. There he is.
That's me and George Strait having a cold beer together.
There it is, folks. There's your payoff right there.
Me and George. He's a good guy. I mean,
damn, you sitting there drinking beer with the damn
More number ones.
Entertainer of the year for probably about 5, 6, 7 years straight.
You know, which I don't brag on it, but I did tell him, I said, you know what, I said, I'll tell you what, I probably had 5 of his tapes on the boat. I said, I probably got 5 of his CDs on the boat, George. I said, I like your music, son. You're good.
Yeah,
so he said, he started talking to me about boats, and then most of this conversation was about
that's
boats.
all you talked about,
Iron screw and everything. You know, they told him what was out for this, out for that. So that was his first yacht he bought. Now he's on his second or third yacht.
Did you ask him about G-strings?
No, he said no. No,
he asked him if he ever broke any G-strings.
He's kind of a family man, I think. You know. No, he's got a nice family.
He is. He's a wholesome.
He's a gentleman, nice guy.
He is. He looks like it.
Very, very much so. You know, but that's like
to have reached his level of success.
Yeah.
That's got to mess. It'll mess with an average person, you know.
Well, you know, it does.
To be able to hold it in and keep it all in.
You know, that's
damn played in the movie too.
That's the difference between new money and old money too. Yeah. New money, they cocky, they you know, make me a drink, do this, that, you know. Hey, when old money's like, hey, can I get you a drink, Cappy? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I work for old money.
But entertainers and artists like that, they a lot of them had just grew up poor.
Yeah, you know? For sure.
George Jones, you know, he couldn't handle it.
No, new money.
He was out there just.
That's one thing. One of the first things somebody told me when I started working yachts was, you have to be careful because there's always liquor, there's always beer. There's always access to anything you want on these yachts. You always got an unlimited paycheck.
That would be my downfall right there.
Yeah, you know. I had some mates I'd put marks on liquor bottles to keep up, make sure they wasn't slipping inside while we're fishing, drinking liquor during the day. Mm-hmm. You know. So I marked the bottles to check, you know.
How old was you about there?
That's pretty damn.
About
I had to be
50s?
Yeah, I had to be 50, like 40, late 40, 50, I had to be 50s. Well, I'm 45 now.
Well, we didn't cross that bridge.
That's my bar in Carolina.
Now, there's the Little Mug in Aiken, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Jimmy?
Yeah. Jimmy there, yeah. He was one of my school chums. But it was a hell of a bar.
Dive bar.
Yeah. Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
He said, hey.
Yeah, I remember Buddy Keefe. His daughter just got married over in Brantley County a month ago at that plantation over there. Yeah, that's me. I don't know how old I was then, but I was crazy as hell.
Is that Bob Seger?
Yeah, Bob Seger, bro. Yeah, Silver Bullet Man.
Against the Wind?
Yeah, but that's it. They keep pace to it. They were sitting in the bar drinking. Yeah.
All right, he's laughing and looking. Must be a TV over there.
I was healing somebody or something, probably. Let me heal you today. Heal.
Is that old Milwaukee?
Yes, it is. That's what that man right there drank all the time. That's what he always drank. He's dead now, too.
Yeah.
There's my mama.
Okay, now.
That's Miss Nora. She was
Miss
my
Nora?
heart. She was my heart.
Brunswick?
Yeah.
I know. I can see it in you, and I've heard other people talk about it. You were you did take. You were a good son.
She tell you right off he's a good boy, but he's a little off. He's a little crazy. He'll be the first one to tell you that. Don't say she would.
She married your daddy.
Yeah, well, that's the first time. Second time that her and Jean. But that's I tried to do good for her. She was a good, honest woman. Mm-hmm. Mean as hell, though. That's where I got it from. Stubborn.
Did you say honest or Irish?
Honest.
Oh, okay.
Honest and mean. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Nora. Yeah, I used to take her ride, and I'd take her to Virginia and different places to her kinfolk and everything.
Oh, yeah.
The floorboard be wore out by the time I got back, was just putting on brakes. I swear. And every time police stopped me, she'd be by the time I got back, of course, she'd crying. So what are you crying for, Jay? I won't take you to jail. I said, they ain't gonna take me to jail, Mama. I said, I gotta pay them some money. I swear. Yeah, that's an aching cycle. That's when I was running the bar. Cowboy boots on.
Mm-hmm. Now, on the back of these a few certain pictures, maybe 4 or 5, was it? I'm supposing it was Jan's riding.
No.
All right, it was a female because I could tell with the flowery length.
It was this was an insurance group that came down from Michigan, Michigan, and they were selling insurance to all the cotton mills around town. Well, they come to my bar, and so I hooked up with them and partied with them for like a couple of weeks. It was fun. It's something different.
Well, on the back of it, it said it was real fluent handwriting, and it said, Dorsey, I love, and stuff like that. And then it got on to say, something's fixing to happen. Yeah. So it sounded like she was predicting you and her's future.
No, you see my future, don't you? I'm sitting right here with you by myself. That's what living on the road your whole life. I get you. You can ask any of them, George Jones, any of them.
Okay.
That's a place in Jupiter.
All right. Now,
that's a propeller run me over.
Okay, I want to hear that story. Tell the folks.
I mean, another time.
This Virgin Islands?
No, that run over Bahamas.
Bahamas?
Yeah. That's a 32 square Michigan propeller, solid brass. But that's our little spread down there.
Cut you.
Here, across my head, the first leg, broke my shoulder in half, the second leg. Then the rudder had me stabbed with my hip bone while that was going on, and so I kicked off the bottom of the boat and swam out the back. But we just left the boatyard in Palm Beach, so I just sharpened it with a file.
Oh,
that's what
God.
The doctor showed me up, and that's how I said, I don't understand it. He said, Indians scalp people to bleed to death right there where you got cut at. He said, you didn't bleed a damn lick. My nickname for a long time was Bleed.
I wonder if the salt water helped to that.
I think the speed and everything cut and burned it, chlorides at the same time.
Yeah.
Somebody
on the boat realized all that was happening.
So you took the propeller? That's the propeller?
Yes, propeller. I would have had fished all summer with that propeller, though. I fished blue marlin fish all summer with that propeller. But they got loose in the hub. They got older. I just take it off. But no, what happened? I was on delivery to St. Thomas with my boat, which it wasn't a winning ticket to Honey Bear when I worked for Egg Harbor. And a friend of mine was on a boat in front of me, Bobby Grant, my buddy Bobby, the one saying he was in a boat in front of me. And so we stopped at Thunderball Cave, where they filmed the movie James Bond Thunderball.
Thunderball, yeah.
And so there's a cave where you jump under and you can see up inside, big light. It's a big cave over there. And my buddy said, in the boat in front of me, said, you ain't never seen Thunderball. You got to go to Thunderball Cave. I said, no, I never traveled. Let's just go. Let's go. He got on the radio and said, come on, my mate's in the water. You get in there. I said, okay. So the guy, my temporary captain I had up there, his wife just got a new boob job. They were up there entertaining each other. And so I was sitting on the covering board looking up at him, and I put my goggles, and I said, I'm going in. And I fell over the side like you do, with your long fins on. And by that time, he stuck the motherfucking gear. Excuse my language. Current got him, he stuck in gear, and he ran right over top of me. I remember looking at a big sea fan down there last time I remember before I got hit. But it had to knock me out for a second anyway, had to. I mean, it's a 1,000 horsepower engine with a 32 square, and he right on top of the head, the first leg. And
but you had enough in you to push your foot up against the boat and kick off.
Yeah, kick off the bottom of the boat. And I don't know how I did it, but that's when I was.
So who was it that reached you?
I know I was stabbed to the rudder. I mean, I got a scarf right here where the rudder had me ripped open.
Well, obviously it wasn't him and his big boob wife. It must have been.
No, you can hear it. You can hear someone pop hit something. Oh,
Did they notice it?
Well, I popped up behind the boat, and my old lady was in the galley making lunch, so she heard it. She come running out the back of the boat. She come running out. I was popped up in the back there. I said, "Damn, you got me, Jan." She said my head was flopping in the wind. Mm. So anyway, there's an island right there next to there called Stadium Cay. And
how'd they get you on the boat?
I swam back to the boat, crawled myself in.
Oh, you pulled it all?
Yeah.
I thought they'd have thrown you up.
No, I swam back to the boat and everything. Swam in. And I told Jan, I said, "It's okay, let's just keep going to the Virgin Islands." She said, "Okay, hell." She said, "We're going to the hospital."
You look like you're in 5 pieces. 3 pieces.
Ain't but 12, ain't but 1,000 more miles. We can make it. We'll take care of it.
I see your brain.
She had a towel wrapped around my head then, so they called it on the radio and got an airplane over there. And we drove back to the island, and they had an old church store they were going to carry me on. When I got Doc, I said, "I don't need no damn." I said, "I'll walk." So I was unsteady, but I walked anyway. And so they took the seat out of a little Piper plane and flew me to Nassau. And the scariest part of it was the damn ambulance ride through Nassau with the black guys driving. The old lady said, "We're going to die sure as hell now." She was with me. So they got me in the hospital, and they stripped me down naked, put me on this steel table. Well, apparently the black women never seen a white boy naked before. I was a show. They kept running through the rock. They kept walking through the rock around the table. Old lady said, finally said, "Will y'all please put a sheet or something over him?" And this black woman looked at me and she said, "Can I ask you something?" I had no idea. I said, "Yes, ma'am, you go ahead." She said, "Are all y'all white boy feet blue like that?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, we all have blue feet. You ain't never seen them before?" They ain't never seen a white boy naked before. The bottom paint was on my foot, and my feet were blue. That's all they could say. Is all y'all white boys got blue feet like that? I said, "Yes, ma'am, we all got blue feet. You didn't know that?" And the old lady said, "You ain't lost your damn laugh, you damn smart ass."
That's an awesome story.
So this old black man with painter's breeches on come in there and sewed me up. And
painter's breeches?
He'd been painting his house.
He was the surgeon?
Yeah. He'd been painting his house. So anyway, he sewed me up. I told the old lady, I said, "Go and get back on the boat, take it to the Virgin Islands. We got tournament to fish this weekend. I'll meet you down there." So she left, and 2 days later, he come in the room, and he was going to take the tube out of my head, the drainage tube out of my head. So he went in the bathroom, and he unwrapped me in front of the mirror. I could see it. And when he unwrapped me, I said, "Igor." I said, "Go get me a damn hat. I'm going to scare nobody on the plane." So he went and bought me a tourist Nassau hat, and that's why I wore on the plane. I flew to Palm Beach and had a surgeon there that used to work for LA Rams check me out. He said, "You got the shit beat out of you. I was black and blue." Yeah. I mean, I had so many contusions out there properly to shit out of me. And he said, "You're going to be all right, I reckon, you got the shit beat out of you, didn't you?" I said, "Oh, yeah." Anyway, I fished the tournament that weekend.
Dang.
But, them boys on the edge used to mess with me. Well, Bobby, my buddy on the boat in front of me, he said he got hit with a boat. He said, "Take the bait out of the freezer, we'll put him in the bait freezer." He thought I was dead.
You know what kind of tree that is that's leaning up against? It looks like a pine.
It is a big pine.
It is.
That philodendron killed that tree, though. I got that philodendron out the swamp down there in Florida. It planted there. Yeah, it choked it out. Anyway, so
that's in Jupiter.
Got some on the edge fishing St. Thomas. St. Thomas is a wall. You fish marlin, you weave it. And so every time I go by one of my buddies, they go like Igor walking around. They call me Igor all summer.
All right. We're about to go into overtime here.
Yeah.
I think we're close to the end, though.
Yeah, that's me that's at the Caribbean rainforest in Puerto Rico.
July the 8th or August the 7th, 93.
That's 93.
One or the other.
93. That's Tyson's Pride there.
That's Tyson's Pride.
Yeah, that's
looks a lot like that.
About 65 Mary. My boat's on the boat on the other side of it. That's the Honey Bear. Right beside of it. That's the boat we got run on by. Yeah, that's Tyson's Pride there.
Okay.
And I was working on another boat there. Oh, there's Willie Nelson's Picnic, Atlanta Speedway.
Oh, that was. Can you blow that up a little bit?
That was Atlanta Motor Speedway.
What date? 1983.
Yeah, it's the 4th of July picnic.
Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard, Linda Ronstadt, Trey Cass, and David Allen Coe.
That's a hell of a concert.
Heck yeah.
Good Lord.
It was, I tell you what, there was 10,000 people partying the night before in the park, around the racetrack.
Yeah, boy.
And, I made a mistake, though. We had like 3 extra tickets. I traded one for a half-gallon tequila. Wasn't too far to do on a hot July day. Drink that tequila out there. Oh, my God. And we had a Georgia flag that my buddy that was with us, his uncle was Assistant Secretary of State of Georgia. And so we had a Georgia flag off one of the government buildings and had it on 12-foot two or four cut in half. And I gave it to David. I gave it to damn Hank Jr.'s guitar player. That's who I gave it to. Oh, we were drunk. I was on buddy's shoulder. Oh, it wasn't pretty.
Hey.
That was a good time. That was the best concert I've ever been to, though. Yeah, I mean, that's
the last one.
Thank you. That's good.
Well, that was good.
Yeah, on my paycheck and where I pay
we're fixing to pay you, but I'm gonna have to call on
no, I enjoyed it, gentlemen.
the high finance.
First time I've actually told my stories.
I'm glad.
I wasn't so drunk I couldn't walk.
I'm glad we were able to do this because I know we've been planning on it for a long time. And I'm gonna tell all you Boondocks folks watching right now, this was a good one, wasn't it? So y'all tell Dorsey how much you enjoyed it next time you see us. This is coming out. This is coming out today.
Don't be beating me up and everything now. I'm old now.
Yeah. We appreciate y'all watching. We hope that you'll stick with us and like, subscribe, respond, and rate and review, whatever you want to do. Just do the easy stuff. Just subscribe. That'll help us out big time. And on behalf of Dorsey Prothman, Sean Clark, Justin Mercer, and Uncle Dave Griffin, we're going to say bye-bye, and we'll see you March 1st.
See you on that next island.
Thanks, Dorsey.
Thank you.
When the cold black water finds its way across through your veins, it just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate. It just might seal your fate.